You've come to the right place, traveler.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Cursedboy here. We need to start posting our build guides for Season 3. I have 3 ready for you already, and the first one here is gonna be the Beastmaster Scorpion, one of my favorite league starters, one of the easiest ones to get it going as well, and I will be league starting this myself, so you can always check out what's going on with the build and the progression on my Twitch channel. We are gonna have our usual league start, long streams, etc, etc. Now, this season around, we are getting a lot of buffs for this build, so I'm expecting an even smoother progression from start to finish, and we also have a much better and stronger end game planner, and that it should progress us a lot better and further into corruption, a lot easier as well, and yeah, just much better potential for this build. We're gonna get into the game and check out every detail that you need to know about the build and how to get started. So here we are in game, and I'm gonna show you a little bit from the character that you just saw gameplay. This is a character that I played this season when I swapped to Circle of Fortune. My gear is absolutely trash. Basically, I have like 2 good pieces, my spear and my dedication. That's about it. Everything else is very mediocre. I use this character as a league starter on my COF, SAF, and I just used him so that I can farm for other builds. But nonetheless, as I said, smooth progression, and yeah, let's check out a little bit first of all the rotation that you need to do about this build. So our Scorpion will be attacking, will be applying potions, and we have the Venom Nova here. It will be doing this and apply a lot of potions, and as you see, the damage is already building up. When you are swabbing and hitting an enemy, you will be casting a Poison Nova as well. And of course, you can reset the cooldown from Poison Nova when you're casting a Terra's Blessing on your Scorpion. And we are also buffing the Scorpion through our Warcry and a little bit from the Fury Leap. Another thing here, our Scorpion is always frenzied because of the inheritance of the arrays as well. Now, this build right now with this kind of crap build maxes out at about 2 million DOT damage. But you can get it up to 3 to 3.5 million damage. Expect that though after the buffs and some calculations that we've been doing, and of course always need to thank Cookbook for doing some of the calculations for us for this build, to be around 5 or 6 million, and we are talking of course no snapshotting, since snapshotting was anyway pretty much removed from the game. We were never doing that for my build guides anyway. So let's check out the planners and everything that you need to know. I'm gonna also give you a loot filter here that I have created for this build. So this time around we have loot filter for the league starter. This is a variation of my universal filter that you can find a video on the description so that you know how to progress with the filter if you want to keep using it at the higher end game. But early on I have highlighted a lot of things that you need to go. Basically those are the rules for our early game, and everything else is just being shown on the filter just like we like it, and this is a highly customizable filter. Again, if you want to play with it, you can watch my video on the loot filter and find out everything. Okay, let's get into the planner and see exactly what we have here. We're gonna start with the passives because that will make sense to you when we get to our gear choices as well. Now on the primals base tree, very simple. We're getting achievement and strength and life here. We might also invest 5 points on the corner beast. This is an extra defensive layer, but yeah, I'm gonna show you exactly how we're gonna do it afterwards. So on the Beastmaster here, very important to note, we have changes to the boar heart, how we are getting aspect of the boar, and you're getting it after you use traversal skill or evade. Of course, when you are Beastmaster, you still get the chance on melee hit. So aspect of the boar should be 100% uptime. It was already very high uptime, close to 100, but this is gonna be a lot easier to maintain it at 100%. Now, apart from that, we are actually scaling quite a bit of health regen through our strength, and this will also apply to our companion at a certain degree, because we do want survivability. Now, other changes to generic minion, through generic minion changes for the Scorpion is we got 15% more damage from the character level, and of course taking a lot less damage as well. Now our Scorpion was never really dying a lot, but this will make it even easier. So big part of the build here is of course aspect of the Viper from this node, and the Rattlesnake here, because this gives us a lot of penetration for the aspect of the Viper, and we are boosting it. Now we have two new nodes on the Primal tree for the aspects. The first one is embodiment for extra aspect duration, and the other one is the primal aspects here, which gives us 80% aspect effect, and 10% damage taken is redirected to our highest health minion, that would be our Scorpion. This of course combined with the extra damage direction from the paylogs. Other than that, we have a new node here, Exemplar, for dexterity and strength, and the reason we are taking that is because we also have a change, and now our Scorpion and other Beastmaster companions, they scale through dexterity and strength together. So we are getting more increased minion damage and more flat health as well. The Scorpion, the passive tree here is pretty much standard other than that, and of course we have the Druid here to get extra attributes. Attributes are very good here on the build, because as I said, strength and dexterity are scaling our damage on the Scorpion. Strength is also scaling our health regen. Attunement is scaling a lot of our mana efficiency on some of our skills, so it is very important for our mana sustain. Now let's get into the skills here real quick. When it comes to Scorpion, we have another change here, and this node from 4 points it went into 1, and the poison pool that it leaves behind after Nova lasts 4 seconds by default. That would mean a lot more single target, because we can stack them, and it will also help even more on the clear of the build, because every time you're casting Venom Nova, it will leave behind that pool. Anything that is chasing you will be getting more poisons and will be dying. Other than that, we want the poison damage here, which was also buffed to 150% from 100, and the venom damage here, poison chance here, and more damage over time here. This node was a sneaky nerf that it was not in the patch notes, unfortunately, so this one becomes more hit damage per poison. I think we're gonna take this point down here and put it on Steel Carapace, just a little bit of extra increased health, that's about it. We don't have anything better to grab on our Scorpion, and as you see, we don't need to invest a lot in levels. When it comes to swipe, Primal Resonance is what makes this build viable. We are getting 2 seconds cooldown on our swipe, and every time we are hitting swipe with we are actually refreshing the we are casting the nearest companion ability on hit, so it's very good. We are basically doubling our Venom Novas, and we want the mana sustain down here. Kill threshold 14%, and just a little bit of attack speed just for quality of life. Those points are not very important here. You can even do it here, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Now, War Cry, very simple. We want the pull because we pull everything into our Venom Nova. The 5-second cooldown, of course. Invulnerability. This is recovery. It's a lot of recovery because we do get healing effectiveness into the build. Cleanse, because this will also affect our Scorpion, and we are healing our Scorpion through it as well. 5 points here for the extra poison chance, and I'm also investing on Frailty because it gets maximum duration 10 seconds, so you can keep stacking up. Our Warcry is gonna have like almost 4-second cooldown, maybe a little bit less, but yeah, about there. So you will stack your Frailty on bosses, very nice. Really for our defense. When it comes to Eterna's Blessing, this is where I believe, no, we do not have any changes here, right? No. Oh yeah, 1 point here, instead of taking more healing effectiveness or the efflorescence that I do on my other build guides, I actually invest 1 extra point here because extra minion attack speed is very nice, because of the aspect of the Viper effect that we are getting, the extra one from the new passives. That will mean that melee attack speed from the Scorpion means a little bit more single target. It will be stacking a lot more poisons per hit. Other than that, we want the poison chance here, and of course this is another refresh whenever we are casting Eterna's Blessing. I've said this before, when you want to play this build, you want to be casting Eterna's Blessing targeting your mouse backwards, because your Scorpion usually follows you around and you're casting it on your Scorpion, and then you are popping your Venom Nova once again. Fury Leap, just a very nice traversal skill. This was buffed last season as well. You can fly through everything now, a lot of large chasms and stuff like that. We are getting extra recovery here and another source of cleanse. Cleanse is very, very important into the game right now. Immunity while we're leaping, cooldown recovery rate, and another pool here. This is mana cost reduction as well. So all very nicely wrapped up and easy skill tree right there. Now, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about another variation that you can try out. I might test it myself. We've been talking about this a little bit with Cookbook. The passive tree is very, very tight right now. It's basically like very similar to Void Knight passive tree, which you have so many options. You're gonna wanna grab all of them. But this node over here received massive buffs. You're getting so much physical penetration from aspect of the board now, and yeah, you can make it apply to your companion as well from this node over here, right? So maybe bleed would also be a boost. You do get a little bit of bleed chance as well here, and the more damage over time. So it was something that we were discussing with Cookbook. Maybe it's gonna be a thing that could help us. For the time being, we are going standard, and we're gonna be doing our experimentation in-game in the new season. Now, when it comes to this build, the early planner hasn't really changed from previous seasons. Basically, what you want is aspect of the Viper. Tier 6 or tier 7 early on would be very, very good before you get your idols on your helm and on your body armor. You can also keep in mind that you can use Titan Heart still early on especially, but you will not be getting the regeneration, of course. So if you find the Titan Heart, it's very good. We are still using a 200 weapon here on the build, but yeah, other than that, Mantle of the Paylogs is just absolutely fantastic. Get a high roll on the damage direction here, and of course all the rolls do matter a little bit here. Extra health, extra movement, extra strength, and minion levels, of course. When it comes to the inheritance of the erased, this one drops from the firstborn on woven tombs and cemeteries. So this one will be buffing your Scorpion and giving it 200% of the stats on the item. That means the legendary abilities as well, along with everything else on the amulet. We are going for a health regen here so that we can boost our recovery a little bit, and there is a good reason we are doing that, because another sneaky nerf that it was not on the patch notes is the healing effectiveness on the Adorn Idol went from 90% maximum roll to 66. So that's pretty bad here. So we wanted to get extra recovery out of our regen. As you see, like my in-game character had like 350 regen because I wasn't boosting that in the previous season. But right now we're gonna get close to 1000 regen per second, and that's with very mild gear here. Now, when it comes to that one, you want poison damage as well on modifiers, because this will give poison damage to your minion. Other than that, mana regen is very, very nice as well to have. Flat life, of course, is very good. So yeah, that should be good enough early on. Some resistances can also help you a lot capping your resistances. Now, before we get to the primordial relic here that we will be talking about, dedication of an erased in the primalist tree here will also be your beast until you get your idols, and then the reliquary nest, which is the new primordial unique relic we will be using in the end game here to boost our build, right? So what does this relic do? This relic gives us 40 to 60% increased effect of non-unique idols. That means that those are fantastic idols that we are getting here with healing effectiveness and aspect of the Viper. They are getting a 50% at least on the roll effect, right? So that means that 60 healing effectiveness becomes 90, 20 aspect of the Viper effect becomes 30, etc, etc. We are using 4 of them, and we also have some really, really good enchantments here. Haste and haste duration on evade is fantastic. This will also get boosted. after the changes to the enchantments this season, you might be able to get even more things here, so you can actually get mana regen on top of your haste as well. Mana regen from these are gonna be really nice. They boost your mana pool as well, but mana regen is gonna be fantastic. The last 4 idols here are just armor and health regen. This health regen affix was also slightly nerfed, but it's still very good to use. Other than that, you can use the 1x1s to cover any resistances on your build. Speaking of resistances, one of the main reasons I'm using 2 red rings here, do not worry about this. This is for the end game setup. When it comes to the red rings, early on you will be getting on my filter, you have the infernal here from the champion. We cannot watch that. Okay, let me say that again. So early on you want normal minion, normal rings with attunement or strength, mana regen, healing effectiveness, and life and resistances. Of course, 3-quarters ring is still the best one in slot here, but the base doesn't really matter. If it can cover a little bit of your resistances or cooldown recovery rate, is gonna be fantastic early on. Once you start getting your red rings, you don't even need the strength here. That's an extra bonus for later in the end game. This is what I'm aiming for here personally, but without the extra explicit here, you will be getting a lot of good stuff from the red ring. Resistances are always a pain in the Beastmaster in general, and of course, as I said, attributes do scale quite a bit, and we want to hit about 30 to 40 attunement for our mana efficiency. We want to hit high strength, and even dexterity gives us bonuses. Same here. That's why I'm going with double them. I'm basically alleviating everything from my gear when it comes to resistances pretty much, and because I'm going to be playing Circle of Fortune, these are not very hard to acquire. When it comes to our gloves, we want Eternal Gauntlets here. It's the best base in the game for the mitigation to damage over time. And of course, we want tier 7 flat hybrid regen here for hybrid life for our build. Now you can also get attunement strength, you can get minion damage here as well, you can get your reduction from crits along with citadel bodies here. It should be more than enough to cover your crit. You want one of those minion teleportation nodes on your booties, because we cannot use the infernal rings on our build right now because of the rendrings. Early on, let me show you here what I mean about infernal rings. This is highlighted on my planner as well. So you can get those rings here with infernal, if I can type. So this is basically your early game minion teleportation. You can get this from any infernal champion, so you will be able to have access to that even during the campaign, and it's an absolutely fantastic to have with any Beastmaster build, especially with the Scorpion, because we cannot get this teleportation from Fury Leap. So early on you get that, it's a very nice, it's extra minion damage as well, and this is sealed so you can craft the rest of the ring. Now let's get back into the planner here. As I said, on the boots, we want the teleportation once you want to swap into the red rings, and you want health and cooldown recovery. Cooldown recovery on both of these pieces is very important. We are going with tier 7 mana regen, so this time around we are actually boosting our mana regen quite a little bit more. Usually I'm sitting like 12 to 14. This time we're gonna be almost 19 mana regen per second, so a lot better from everything that we are getting. When it comes to the your helmet here, there are 2 good bases: Task Great Helmet and Ancestral Crown. Both of them are fantastic. This one is extra health, this one is endurance. Whichever you find, you can just adapt your build and the rest of your gear around it. When it comes to the other modifiers here, we want Aspect of the Viper on the prefix and health, as much health as possible. I'm going for tier 5 health regen here as well. So yeah, I want to boost a little bit more of my recovery, as I said before. Model of the Paylogs, you want tier 7 health and tier 5 Aspect of the Viper. So this is not a very hard 2LP to find. You can also find multiple of them and reroll them in Gauntlet of Strife to get good rolls, because they are important for your survivability. When it comes to weapons, now this is the big part where this build has incredible flexibility all around. You can use lethal concentration. It's my favorite weapon for the build, but it is by any means not mandatory. You can also use, when it comes to the axis here, if the planner works, thank you very much, you can use the scales here, which is another minion damage, very high minion damage weapon here. So you can do a lot of things that, on the weapons. You can just use a plain old tier 7 minion damage over time exalted with tier 5 poison minion penetration and the mana regen from the weapon, and you will still be doing just fine. Early on, you just need any tier 7 minion damage over time. When it comes to this in particular, I like it a lot because it gives us our Scorpion a little bit more leads, and it's just extra minion damage. It is also fairly easy to get with 2 LP, as it is only 58 effective level for LP. This is why it's my preference. You want those 2 attributes here. Without that, you don't use lethal conk. I mean, with tier 7 you can use it, but the mana regen, it's actually rather important with the flat mana on top of it. When it comes to pushing, like if you want to push this build over 1000 corruption, etc., you can definitely do that, but in that case you can also go with any 100 axe or sword or something like that, and with Bastion of Honor as your shield. Because of the strength, you will be capping your block in 4 meters around you, so you get extra survivability if you want to do that. Now our survivability is already fairly good here, as you can check. And this also doesn't count anything from the reliquary. When it comes to the planner, the calculations are not there yet. We are waiting for more updates, right? Also, blessings, last thing here. When it comes to this, the Black Sun blessing, health or void resistance, whichever you want and you need. All resistances from Reign of Dragons. I'm going for minion damage on the Spirits of Fire, but also, of course, the flat armor exists here. Early on, I might do flat armor, but as you see, we already have a fair amount of armor, and that's, on the average roll. So, yeah, you're gonna be good on the mitigation, increased armor here, and health regen. This is a blessing that you need to pay attention and grab as high roll on both affixes here. It will help you a lot with your recovery. I've talked about the idols already, so there's no need to do that here. I think this build is just a very, very powerful one when it comes to League starters. Extremely easy to get it going, even with crappy exalted items and a couple of rare items. You will be killing your harbingers. I will be doing the same on live. And I think that will be it for this video. More build guides for League starters and in Season 3 are coming up. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye!